Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every person's life when they must stand face to face with the silent enemy that robs them of success, weakens their will, and buries their dreams. That enemy is procrastination. It is the thief of time, the destroyer of ambition, and the assassin of opportunity. It slips into our lives with quiet steps, cloaked in excuses and disguised as delay, and before we know it, the hours become days, the days become years, and our lives are spent in a fog of someday. Now understand this clearly: no man or woman was ever born to be a slave to hesitation. Within you lies the same power that built empires, conquered fear, and turned vision into reality, but that power must be awakened. It must be summoned through discipline, purpose, and the burning desire to do the thing now. Not later, not tomorrow, now. Procrastination feeds on weakness of purpose. It thrives in the minds of those who have not yet made a definite decision. When a person says, "I'll start when I feel ready," they are announcing to the world that they have surrendered to uncertainty. Let me assure you, no great act was ever born from perfect timing. Greatness begins the moment you decide to act, despite not feeling ready. The mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant, it will grow. If you plant hesitation, doubt, and delay, do not expect to harvest achievement. Every moment you postpone your purpose, you reinforce the habit of inaction. And habit is a powerful master. The man who delays once finds it easier to delay again. Before long, delay becomes his instinct, and the sound of opportunity no longer stirs his heart. He becomes a wanderer in the desert of what could have been. But the man who acts, who grabs each hour with determination and moves with faith in his own capacity, he becomes the architect of his destiny. Do not wait for inspiration to strike. Action creates inspiration. Energy comes to the one who moves, not the one who sits and waits for perfect conditions. The clock will not pause for your comfort. Life does not negotiate with indecision. It passes by those who stall, and it rewards those who step forward. Every second that passes unused is a second you can never reclaim. Use it, harness it, make it your servant. You may say, "But I'm afraid of failure." Good. That means you're standing on the edge of something meaningful. But let me tell you, failure is not the enemy procrastination is. Failure is the stepping stone. It teaches, it corrects, it shapes. But procrastination teaches nothing and shapes no one. It is the silence in your soul that whispers lies. And the greatest lie it tells is, "There's still time." But time has no sympathy for those who waste it. The man who conquers procrastination is not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most fortunate. He is simply the one who refuses to wait. He acts while others dream, he builds while others plan, he dares while others doubt, and that difference, small in the moment, becomes the chasm between success and regret. There is a fire within you that can burn through every excuse, every fear, every lazy impulse that ever tried to hold you back. That fire is your will. Your will is stronger than circumstance, stronger than emotion, stronger than any habit of delay. Fan the flame. Speak to yourself not as a victim of delay, but as a commander of action. Tell yourself each day, "I do not wait. I do not hesitate. I act." The repetition of such thoughts creates new pathways in the mind. These thoughts become actions, actions become habits, habits shape character, and character determines destiny. If you truly desire something, deeply, fully, with every ounce of your being, then act on that desire. Do not let it sit idle, gathering dust in the corners of your mind. Turn it into movement. Let it fuel your rise. The man who waits for life to push him forward remains behind. The one who pushes himself takes the lead. Success will not bow to those who put off their dreams. It does not answer to someday, it answers to now. So rise with purpose, speak with conviction, act with boldness, and say goodbye to procrastination. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, but today. Right now, because your future is waiting, and it will not wait forever. Let us now examine the root of procrastination, not as a weakness of the body, but as a disease of the mind. It is not that the hands are unable, nor that the feet are unwilling. It is that the mind has accepted the lie that later is better, The mind has accepted comfort over conquest and safety over growth, but comfort is the enemy of progress, and safety is often a prison disguised as peace. Every act of delay is an agreement with mediocrity. Every excuse is a signature on the contract of a life unfulfilled. You must understand that procrastination is not an isolated habit. It is a system of belief. And beliefs can be changed. You were not born with the belief that delay is harmless. It was planted in you through fear, failure, and the influence of those who had themselves surrendered to it. But just as it was planted, it can be uprooted. You can replace it with a new belief, the belief that immediate action is the only path to greatness. Look closely at those who have achieved, and you will find they are not always the most brilliant, nor the most charismatic. What they possess is something more powerful, a bias for action. They do not wait for perfect plans. They begin with what they have, where they are, and build as they go. Their forward motion creates clarity, and clarity sharpens their course. They do not sit idle when the world offers them a moment to move. They seize it, because they know the moment may never come again. The habit of immediate action is like a muscle, weak at first, resistant to strain. But the more you practice, the stronger it becomes. The man who forces himself to begin, even when his feelings protest, trains his mind to obey his will, and that man becomes powerful. He becomes a creator of results. He learns to dominate time, not be dominated by it. He learns to dictate his future, not wait for fate to decide it. Some say, "But I'm overwhelmed, I don't know where to begin." Begin anywhere, begin badly. Begin confused, but begin. Clarity comes through motion, not through more thought. Motion dissolves fear, because action and fear cannot live in the same space. When you take the first step, you send a message to your subconscious that you are in control. And that message echoes through your actions, reshaping your confidence, your habits, your results. There is power in deciding quickly and acting with intensity. The man who acts without delay multiplies his opportunities. He builds momentum, and momentum is a force more valuable than talent. Momentum can take an average man and turn him into a champion. It can lift a struggling worker into the realm of entrepreneurship. It can take a timid soul and forge from it a leader. Because once a man sees what he is capable of when he stops waiting, he becomes unwilling to wait again. You must also guard your environment. Procrastination is contagious. Spend too much time with those who delay, who complain, who dream but never do, and you too will begin to catch their disease. Surround yourself instead with doers, with the bold, with the relentless. Their pace will challenge you, their energy will awaken you, and their standards will elevate you. If you walk with those who act, you will soon become one of them. The mind loves ease, repetition, and the path of least resistance. But success belongs to those who condition their minds to love effort, to embrace challenge, and to reject stagnation. The great secret is this: you can train your mind to crave discipline just as you once craved comfort. You can rewire your thoughts to reject delay, to despise wasted time, to hunger for completion. And once that change takes root, procrastination loses its grip. Each day you are faced with a choice: to act or to avoid, to build or to break, to push forward or to hold back. These are not small decisions. They are the hinges upon which your destiny swings. There is no neutral ground. Every choice either feeds your dream or starves it. Every time you act when you don't feel like it, you cast a vote for the life you want, and every time you delay, you cast a vote for the life you fear. You were born with the power to choose. That power is your greatest gift. But choice alone changes nothing. It must be followed by execution. The world does not reward intention. It rewards results. Do not fall in love with planning and forget to build. Do not worship ideas while abandoning execution. Ideas are common. Execution is rare, and the rare few who execute become the leaders, the legends, the examples for generations to come. Now listen well. You are not here to pass time. You are here to fulfill purpose. That purpose is not in some distant future. It is in the next decision you make. It is in the next hour of work, the next task completed, the next fear confronted, The power of your future is hidden in the present moment. You need not see the entire path. Just take the next step, and then the next, and the next. That is how empires are built, not in one great leap, but in the daily refusal to stop. You are not the victim of procrastination. You are the commander of your will. Speak to yourself as one who commands, as one who acts, as one who refuses to wait. The future bends to those who take control of the present, and the moment you decide to do, not dilate, create, not contemplate, you rise above the masses who wait and drift. You become a force, not tomorrow, not later, but now. There is a law that governs all success, and it is this: success yields to effort sustained over time, not to brilliance alone, not to hope, not to mere potential, but to action compounded day after day. The man who understands this law ceases to wait for extraordinary moments. He makes the ordinary moment extraordinary through the simple act of doing. When others sleep on their potential, he awakens his by labor. While the masses prepare endlessly for the right time, he moves. While they wish, he works, and while they regret, he rises. Every hour that passes contains within it the seed of greatness or the poison of regret. What you plant is always your decision. No man was born with delay built into his blood. Delay is learned, and therefore it can be unlearned. What is required is a decision, sharp and final, to no longer tolerate the habit of postponement. That decision must not be vague or gentle. It must be made with force, with clarity, and above all, with urgency. Ask yourself, how much have you already lost to this enemy? How many dreams were shelved? How many goals left unfinished? How many moments passed while you waited for courage, for energy, for some sign that now is the right time? If you are honest, you will see that the right time has already come and gone 1,000 times, and each time it slipped through your hands because you hesitated. But let us not dwell on what was lost. Let that be a lesson, not a chain. Let it ignite your resolve rather than feed your shame. You are still here, and that means the game is not over. You are still breathing, which means the battle can still be won. And the first blow you strike must be against your own tendency to delay. Strike it with decision. Strike it with action, because until you do, every talent you possess remains dormant, and every dream you carry remains imprisoned. The man who acts does not wait to feel strong. He acts and becomes strong. He does not wait to feel confident. He acts, and his confidence is born from the very act itself. Action is the cure. Action is the fire. Action is the only true proof of belief. You say you want change, show it in what you do. You say you want to achieve, then rise up and achieve something today. Not everything, something. Begin where you stand and use what you have. The most dangerous lie you will ever believe is, "I'll do it later." Later has stolen more futures than failure ever has. Later is the sedative that makes men passive. It is the lullaby of the defeated. It promises rest, but delivers regret. The wise man knows that tomorrow is a gamble, and the only guarantee he holds is now. So he pours himself into now. He does not waste it. He does not overlook it. He understands that his future is being carved by every swing of today's blade. If you desire freedom, understand that freedom is not the absence of responsibility. It is the reward of embracing it. When you take control of your time, when you discipline your habits, when you confront your delay and destroy it, you earn freedom, freedom to live fully, freedom to create, to expand, to lead. But the procrastinator, though he may speak of freedom, lives as a slave to indecision, a slave to emotion, a slave to the clock he refuses to command. There is no shortcut. The path is work. The price is discipline. The reward is mastery over self, and no enemy is more cunning than the voice in your head that says, "Not yet." Silence it with movement. Starve it with progress. Interrupt it with bold, decisive steps forward. Let your actions speak so loudly that delay dares not return. Understand this deeply. You are not waiting on time. Time is waiting on you. Your potential, your gifts, your vision, none of them can bloom in the shadow of procrastination. They require light. They require exposure to the discipline of consistent execution. Water your dreams with action. Feed them with energy, protect them with urgency, and they will grow. The world is not asking you to be perfect. It is not demanding that you never stumble. What it demands, what your destiny demands, is that you rise again and again and do what needs to be done, even when it's difficult, especially when it's uncomfortable, because comfort never created a legacy. Delay never built anything worth keeping. Only effort, applied with courage over time, produces the kind of life that outlives the man who lived it. There will be days when you are tired. Move anyway. There will be moments when doubt whispers in your ear. Act anyway. There will be distractions, fears, temptations, and detours. Stay the course. Keep your focus. Take the next step, and then another. This is not the path of ease, but it is the path of power. Power over your time, power over your habits, power over your results. You do not need to leap forward in great strides every day, but you must never be still. Inch forward if you must, crawl if you must, but never again sit in silence while the minutes pass you by. Train your mind to reject the very suggestion of delay. Teach it that your default response is movement, not excuse. Teach it that you are not a creature of comfort, but a builder of empires, because that is what you are. You were born to create, to lead, to rise, and you rise by doing, not dreaming. You climb by beginning, not preparing forever. There is no power in the mind that only imagines. Power lives in the hands that act, and the time to act is always now. As you stand on the threshold of your future, realize that each moment presents a new opportunity to take charge. Every decision you make to act now moves you closer to your vision. Procrastination is not merely an inconvenience. It is a prison that confines you to the world of what could have been. But you are not here to live in the realm of might-have-beens. You are here to create reality from the clay of your actions, to mold a future that is shaped by the decisions you make today. The power to break free from procrastination lies within you, in your ability to choose now over later, to take action even when the path is unclear. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you break the chains that have held you in indecision. And with each successive action, the grip of procrastination loosens. You become the master of your time, the architect of your destiny. Remember that every great achievement was built one moment at a time. It wasn't a leap into success, but a steady march of purposeful actions. The successful person does not wait for a perfect opportunity. He creates it. He makes opportunities by moving forward, and with each step he gains momentum, clarity, and strength. You are capable of this. You have within you the power to start now, to act with purpose, and to rise above the forces of delay. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. The moment you stop waiting is the moment you begin living with intention. So step forward now. Do what you have been postponing. Begin the journey that will lead you to the success you were born to achieve. Your time is now. Don't let it slip away. In conclusion, the battle against procrastination is not a battle against time, but against the limiting beliefs and habits we have allowed to shape our lives. The power to overcome procrastination is within you, and it starts with a single decision, the decision to act now, not later. Every moment you delay is a moment lost, but every action you take is a step closer to your goals, to your dreams, and to the life you desire. The key to success lies not in waiting for the right time, but in making each moment the right time through decisive action. The world rewards those who act, who build, who create, not those who wait. The future is shaped by what you do today. So take control of your time, challenge your excuses, and embrace the power of now. Your potential is waiting to be unleashed, and the moment you decide to act is the moment your life truly begins. Don't wait for tomorrow, because the success you desire is already within your reach right now.